This is the Archangel 2210 here to talk to you about X-Men First Class. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the movie, so everyone who's about to turn off the video and write a harsh comment, calm down. I'm not doing a rant about the movie. I already said my piece. So it has nothing to do with the movie. I'm actually just going to talk about a random thought I have. Not a review, not a rumor that I heard. It's just a random thought, an idea. Now, Disney owns Marvel, and everyone knows that. That's no secret. And Disney also owns ABC, and ABC Family. And I've been watching a lot of No Ordinary Family, which actually was rocky in the beginning, and then it got better. And I really hope it comes back for a second season. Now, Smallville is pretty much almost gone. It's on its way out, and once that show is finished, I will do my complete Smallville reviews of the entire seasons, in chronological order. So that's what I decided to do. Wait till the show is finished, and then I'll do my Smallville reviews, starting with season 1, rating the whole season as a whole, and then doing it in order that way. And of course talk about key episodes. Anyway, after that show is finished, there's pretty much not going to be another superhero show. Like, hopefully, yeah, there is the Wonder Woman show, but we don't know if that's going to be a 13 episode run or a 5 season run. It's like, at this point, it's pretty much a coin toss. And I really want a show that's a comic book television series that's ripped from the comics. You know, an iconic, like, we had Heroes, which was a great show in season 1, and then it pretty much went down from there, which was pretty much, it was basically inspired by the X-Men. You know, whether people want to see it or not, it was inspired by the X-Men. And then No Ordinary Family, it was pretty much, I still am not crazy about that title. You know, if someone else write a comment below of what you think the title should be for No Ordinary Family, because I'm not crazy about that title. I think the Powells would have been better, because that's their last name, Powell. The Powells would have been better. You know, the Incredible Powells would have been great. I don't know. Anyway, No Ordinary Family is basically, in the very beginning, I thought, okay, this is pretty much just like the Fantastic Four, and you actually had Michael Chiklis, who played the Thing, playing the father, who actually has the same ability, which is super strength. It's like, okay, that's not much of a stretch. So, but then all the other powers had nothing to do with the Fantastic Four. So it's like, okay, it's not going to be so much like the Fantastic Four. But it goes from Fantastic Four, and I say Fantastic Four because they get their powers after a plane crash, which is similar to the Fantastic Four. But with theirs, it was with that Fantastic Four, it was a they were in a shuttle, and when it crashed, it wasn't a plane crash; it was a shuttle. So it goes from there, and it goes to X-Men type of storyline where you have all these other people that have abilities from this secret formula that they're trying to get. Anywho, I kept thinking, you know, it would be, we have all these shows that are similar to the X-Men, similar, like television series that aren't connected to the Marvel universe or anything, but they're similar to it. And I just kept thinking, why won't they just do a Marvel X-Men First Class television series, pretty much a combination of No Ordinary Family and Smallville. I know that sounds like a weird combination for some people, but Smallville, like taking that comic book aspect and taking characters straight from the comic books, but having that No Ordinary Family feel to it, where you have a little bit more comedy. Because Smallville had that in the beginning, but then towards now, it really doesn't have that. Besides Lois, there really isn't much comedy relief. You know, and I love Lois on the show, but I kind of feel like you shouldn't. In my opinion, when it comes to comedy relief, you kind of shouldn't rest it on one whole character. Like, I'm sure if they do the X-Men First Class television series, if they ever do, it will probably rest on Bobby, because that character, they always rested on Bobby to be the comedy relief. But in general, I think if they get a writer, if not Joss Whedon, one very Joss Whedon-like, because Joss Whedon, he totally gets the X-Men, and he's done a run of Astonishing X-Men, which was brilliant. He really shines in like a full story arc where he has like a full series, and if he does a live action X-Men series like this, I'll totally watch it. And it should be where in the first 3 seasons or so, it's pretty much them learning their abilities, learning like you go into the first class, their origins, each one of them, how they get their powers. Well, we know that they're mutants and everything, but their full on origin. Like Scott, how you focus on him when he was in an orphanage. Jean, how you focus how her friend was run over by a car, and then how she went through a severe depression. And I'll be perfectly honest, I don't really know the other one's origins that much. I really more focus on Jean and Scott, but focus on all their origins, all their backgrounds, and how Professor Xavier went to find them. And then, of course, you focus on Magneto and his Brotherhood, which will be the first incarnation of the Brotherhood, which had, I believe, Mastermind, Toad, Scarlet Witch. I don't believe Quicksilver was in it yet. I think he was. Like, mainly have like the same, like 5 characters opposing the 5 X-Men characters, and have it be like opposing teams. And I think that would be a great show. And then not till season 4 do you actually introduce the actual costumes in a way where, like, straight from the comics, the new design of the first class costumes. Not that the classic ones aren't good and they're great. I really like the redesigned version because I feel like they look great. They look sleek. They look modern. They look fantastic. And in my opinion, I would have it where it's the first class, but I would have it set in the modern time, very much how Smallville was, how it was Clark Kent in his beginnings, but it took place in present day at the time, which was 2001. So I think that's what they should do if they ever do X-Men First Class for the movie, for the television series. It should take place in modern time and build it from there, and basically do a reimagining of certain characters, and foreshadowing, and we do foreshadowings for characters like Storm and Giant Size X-Men and Wolverine, and of course Colossus and everything, and then of course build up to my favorite storyline, which is the Dark Phoenix saga, and somehow manage to make. I know the original storyline is going to be kind of weird to put into a television series. Since it's, the Shi'ar Empire and the Macran Crystal, and it'll be kind of difficult to put that into a television series, but I think if it's done properly, you could do the actual storyline as is in the live action television series. It'd be great to see the original version in live action, and then actually have her dressed as a Phoenix costume. I think that'll be great. Anyway, I think I pretty much got my point across. That it's just this. I haven't heard any rumors about them doing a television series. This has always been a dream of mine for them to do ever since Smallville began. So this has been a dream for 10 years. I thought this was a great idea for them to do. Personally, I don't think anyone would ever do it because of the ongoing X-Men movies, and I think they're going to make like probably $1 billion more. And I'm not saying do this instead of the movies. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying, like how they're doing a Wonder Woman television series, and we're still eventually going to get a Wonder Woman movie. I'm saying having this with, not instead, not either or. I'm just saying having an X-Men television series on top of the X-Men movies. Just have it be completely separate franchises. They're not connected in any way. Just completely separate. And I think this will be really great. I personally think so. You know what? Write a comment below. Tell me what you think about this idea. Do you think it's a great idea? Do you think it's not a great idea? And who do you think will be a good cast to be the first class? So write a comment and please subscribe.